In today's video, I paint nice engine. I hide nice engine inside of the model, going crazy about numbers in the instruction manual, cover holes on the dashboard with varnish, I cut circle, and modify or destroy some plastic parts. Servus chlapi, it's time for another aircraft model, but why not something different? Eduard recently released the famous Czech agricultural plane. Suppose you didn't heard about this plane, okay, that is fine. I mean famous in Eastern Europe, including Russia, Germany and Baltic states. You can choose from 6 colorful markings, which could be a nice change from army vehicles. The kit is profit pack, it means that there are some extra parts like photo etch parts and paper masks. There are 2 sprues and only a few plastic parts, but the quality and surface details are fantastic, as you can see on the wings. I must also mention that it is 7:2 scale, and the finished model will be tiny. If you are beginner or pro modeler, you are going to have a depression from these numbers. There are options for cockpit colors and variations. This is more difficult than choose ice cream. I tried to search for some historical photos, but almost every cockpit is different, so hard to say what is correct for your version. In the end, I use group 2. The colors are similar to aircraft in the museum, so probably it is correct. If not, never mind. Okay, let's build it. The plastic is relatively soft, so you must be careful about separating parts from the sprue. I already mentioned that kit contains extra parts, but it is not so easy. You must remove plastic protrusions for correct fitting first. I found out best for gluing plastic, super thin glue. It evaporates on air fast, so you don't destroy small details, and the application is effortless. I am removing the plastic gate from the sprue with a smooth nail files. The fitting is perfect, so you must only set parts to correct position. Primarily be cautious about proper pan line matching. I am attaching parts for comfortable spraying with adhesive poster gum. And you can spray minor shading even in the cockpit. The painted metal parts are nice, but have a soft orange peel texture from clear varnish, so good trick is to unify them with a matte varnish first. The side dashboard is a little bit larger. Maybe you must glue it first before the back plastic part, but who knows. Anyway, I am performing minor cut that makes fitting fine. I use for gluing metal parts slow drying super glue or PVA glue. I am imitating cover glass on the dashboard with a clear varnish. You can use PVA glue as well. If I am painting something with a paintbrush, I usually use acrylic colors like Rebel Aqua, Vallejo or Citadel. It is possible to dilute them with water, they are odorless and dry fast. I found some pictures that the seat had knitted backrest, so it is better to drill out holes or use some mesh, but I try to imitate it only with a color. I know, the result is not convincing, but you even notice it with installed seatbelts. The modern glues are aggressive and strong, but even so, good practice is to remove color on bonds. I tested a lot of metallic paints, but the most resilient and easy to use is Mr. Color Super Metallic. Only the consistency is very dense, so it is essential to add thinner. The plastic engine is lovely, and the shame is that it is inside of a model and not visible. I recently started using super glue for filling seam lines and minor imperfections. I recommend some black and flexible because you can nicely see where you apply it. The advantage is drying time and vitality. Ordinary putty for plastic can make seam marks after some time, and you don't want that. I do not want to make a lot of improvements, but I can at least drill out exhaust pipes. I am using micro drill bits and hypodermic needles. You can remove plastic dust and smooth edges with a thin glue. I am sanding super glue with a nail file. The super glue is usually harder than plastic or putty, so do not sand it under too much pressure. It could crack, or you can remove too much plastic around. I filled some pan lines with a glue, so now I am restoring them with a razor saw. I almost forget to remove plastic protrusions for handles. I will replace them with metal ones later. The possibility is to mask engine fan with a masking putty, but it is also easy to create precise paper mask. You only need cutting tool for circles. The model is assembled and prepared for painting. Okay, not so fast. I highly recommend removing dust and grease with alcohol or soapy water. New kits are very nice and precise, so it is not essential to spray the whole model with a primer. I recommend at least unify seam lines and edges. I always find some imperfections after primer. I am restoring riveting lines with a special riveting wheel. I already created for you a tutorial how to make it. I found from the photo documentation that the cockpit has in the front construction reinforcements. You can melt the residual plastic sprue with a lighter if you do not have plastic profiles. I chose basic color marking from Eastern Germany. Better is to spray yellow first and then red, but in the kit are paper masks, so I was forced to spray red first. The modern acrylic colors have a good coverage properties. It is not a big deal, but if you have a Tamiya or some enamel colors, you can have a huge problem covering red properly with a yellow. Therefore, before spraying yellow, you can unify the surface with a white color. I want to spray some shading, thus I'm mixing a lighter yellow shade with a white. I'm painting some panels, leading edges, details and fabric with a lighter shade. The main reason for this is to make the model optically less uniform. And the name of the plane, Čmelák, means in English bumblebee, just for your interest. It looks that I am done with a basic airbrush painting. I protect the result with a clear varnish. Also, the varnish is suitable base for water slide decals because they are also printed on the clear transparent film. I am cutting the needed numbers carefully and apply them to the hot water for a few seconds. The surface is not smooth and has many protrusions, therefore I use special decals chemicals. It'll make the varnish on the which is numbers printed soften and does nicely copy underneath details. The Z-37 label is missing in the manual, but on the original plane and in the decals is. Also, the yellow rudder should be red. I added photo documentation in the video description, so you can check it out. After a few hours you can cover decals with 1 or 2 layers of a clear varnish, and after another few hours you can unify decals with a sandpaper. I'm going to paint the rest of shading with oil paints. Thus I'm spraying the surface with a matte varnish. The oil paint will adhere to the matte surface better than on gloss. The weakness of the whole kit is spreader. This version was not used often and looked quite monolithic. Eduard already released extra resin parts, so you can buy new one or make minor modifications and use plastic part from the kit. I'm trying to separate inner circle with the holes from the central part. I use for this purpose razor saw. Now I'm creating new construction from plastic board. If you have a circle puncher, you can also add bolts on the bottom. I sprayed the whole spreader with a metallic color. It is not nice as a resin one, but after some modification, it is not worst. The final and the most satisfying step is oil painting. I use mix of dark brown oil paint and white spirit. You can mix basically your own wash. This step makes panel lines, rivet lines and raised details optically more pronounced. Now I'm wiping out oil paint with a cotton swab moistened in the white spirit. You can also play with the colors and make some panels darker or lighter. I use ordinary white oil paint. The applied layer is super smooth, so it looks like a bright yellow. Good trick is to make different materials on the model with different shades, or at least brown some edges. I'm painting with oil paints details like dirt from exhaust or oil leaks from engine. The result you can fix with another layer of lacquer or acrylic varnish. The Z-37 plane were often used for the application of the lime on the fields. I think it is a great opportunity to try unusual weathering effect. I'm spraying white enamel color with the airbrush, and when the color is dry I'm making it less uniform with the enamel thinner. And with this step, we are almost done. This project was primarily for fun, because I'm working on another crazy battleship, so this small and cute plane was pleasant change. I hope you will also fall in love to this iconic Czech agriculture plane and try some techniques on your own. So that is all. Thank you for watching and see you next time with more planes. Here is the presentation of the finished model.